Hello, friends. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good evening. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to spend some time with me as we do some chalking fun. Hi, welcome in. Thanks for joining. As you come in, say hello. Let me know who's watching. Hello, hello. Yay, notifications are going out. That's awesome. Good deal. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining. Hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for joining. I love this transfer too. I have actually gone through one of them, so I had to get another one. This is called French Country, and I'm going to do something, I don't know. I'm going to try an experiment with it tonight. We'll see how it goes. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. Thanks for spending time with me this evening. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. It's been a busy week for me, and I have been looking forward to doing a project with you guys all week. Last week was crazy, and I couldn't be on, so now I'm here. I need this. Yes, I need this time for sure. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle Schreck. I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture. I happen to be your host for this edition of Chalk Live with the Chalkettes. I am a Chalkette. I am so happy to be here with you guys. Yes. Thank you for joining. I have a helper. She came to see what I was doing. That's my grand puppy. So tonight I'm going to be doing a multi-step project with this French Country transfer. It's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and dive in while people are still joining in to the fun. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to grab my waxing rag. So I have a flower cloth, a flour sack that I use. This is just an old flour sack towel, and this is a piece of wood plank that has a holder, not a holder, a stand on the back. So it's going to make it into like a picture frame, if you will, or a picture base. This is what I'm going to use tonight. So, because this is raw wood, the first thing I'm going to do is wax it. Now, we wax for a couple of reasons. The main reason is to protect our transfers. That is the main reason that I'm doing this, because I have already burned through one of the French Country transfers, and I don't want to burn through this one. It's brand new. Brand new. So I'm going to just wax this up, give it a good coat. It's very, very rough, so it's going to be kind of thick, and that is okay. I just have a old baby wipe, a dried out baby wipe that I use to do this. Nothing special. You can use a rag. You can use a paper towel. I'm just getting some finishing wax on here, and I put it on really, really thick. Really thick. There we go. I'm going to give it a little more on this side. It still feels pretty rough over here on this edge. And I put the rag down, this flour cloth towel, I put it down so that it protects my mat, because the wax will take the finish off of your craft mat. I don't know what that is. I mean, that can't be great for my hands, I guess, but I never thought of that till just now, but that's okay. I use wax all the time, and so far I haven't seemed to have any problems, but it does take the finish off of the craft mat. All right, so that is that I'm going to set this aside. Fabulous. All right, so that just needs to sit for a minute. Oh yeah, that's way better. It filled in some of the grooves. There's still a lot of texture to this. That is okay. The next thing I'm going to do, it's either going to be fabulous or a fail. I don't know. I don't know. You never know. You never know what you're going to get, right? The good thing is, if I don't like it, I can always change it. That's the beauty of it. So I love Couture Teal. It is probably one of my all-time favorite colors. And my Couture Teal was completely dry. It was rock hard, and I had to spritz it with lots of water and stir it many, many times. And it's probably not as thin or as smooth as I would ultimately like it to be, but that's okay. I'm going to put it on the board like so, and get a baby wipe. Actually, I'm not going to use a baby wipe. I'm going to spray it with water. And you might be able to see that the water being up, and that is because I've got the wax on here. So that is exactly what we want to have happen. And I'm just going to come and spread this out with an old paintbrush. Nothing special. I probably used about, I don't know, double what I should have on that, because I really am going to want the wood to show through. So we're going to take a lot of this off. All right, so I have it nice and coated. Yeah, that was way more than I needed on there. And I'm just going to wipe it on the side. I'm going to go over it again, picking up some of that color. I think I am going to do the baby wipe trick. So I'm going to take, this one happens to be a cleaning wipe, but you can do this with a baby wipe too. And I'm just going to go over the top of it to pick up some of the color. I'm not pushing super hard. I just want it to pick up some of that color so that I can see the brown wood behind it. I want kind of a washed effect instead of a solid color. Oh, that's about perfect. There we go. That's about perfect. I've got some fuzz on the board that actually, oh, don't take the color off. Got some fuzz on the board that's from the wipes, so I got that little bit of fuzz off of there. Okay, now we're going to let that dry. So yes, we're going to watch paint dry. My surface size. Well, you know, I'm not entirely sure, so let's just find out. Let's see. I'm guessing it's close to 5 by 7. Well, no, 7 inches that way. 7 by 9 is the surface size on this one. 7 by 9. I can see that it's shiny, so it's still a bit on the wet side. Yeah, oh, well, there we go. Fingerprints. Let me wipe those away. Note to self, don't touch it. I am like completely the messy crafter, I swear. Totally the messy crafter. Go ahead and do this top edge here because you're going to see that. Just hit it with the brush. No big deal. I'm getting the sides. Not going to see the bottom, but you will see the sides, so I might as well hit them with a brush. There we go. Fan it out a little bit. There we go. Let that dry. Now I'm not going to touch it again until it dries. We're just going to let it be. Actually, I can hit it with the heat tool, I think. Let's see if I've got one plugged in. I think I do. So it's going to get a little bit loud for just a second. If you happen to be sensitive with noise, go ahead and turn your volume down. And you'll see when I pull this away, that means that it's not going to be on anymore. So you'll have to turn your volume back up. But I'm just going to give it a quick dry with my heat tool. Right. There we go. Alright, so we're done with the paintbrush and the wipe and the flour sack. So let me get that out of the way. And now we need the fuzzing cloth. Let me set this aside. So I have my Chalk Couture fuzzing cloth, and I'm going to use it with the side that has the tag facing up. That's the side that gives the most fuzz. And what I'm going to do is pick up some lint on the back of this French country design that I have here. Now I'm only working with this section of it right here, so that's what I'm going to focus on. Should have done my little trick. I think I will do my little trick. So let's see. All right, what I'm going to do is peel back. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to get the edge started. Like so. I am going to take the carrier sheet away from the sticky part. So I'm going to do it like so. Let the sticky part be down. I usually try to do this measuring it out, but I'm not going to do it measured, so it's not going to be a perfect straight line tonight, and that's okay. I'm taking my transfer trimmers, and I am going to just give it a quick, I'm trying to hold it straight, and I'm just going to slide my transfer trimmers on my carrier sheet. Okay, it's not working the way I want it to, so I'm going to go ahead and just use them like regular scissors. I wanted to slide it across that transfer sheet to get a nice clean cut, but that's okay. Okay, so I've done that, and I'm going to take this aside. I'm going to leave this part on. I'm not using this section of it, so that just gives me something that I can work with, and when I'm done, I can still put my carrier sheet back on. I've also done this with patterns, with the big 18 by 18 patterns, where I cut a corner of it away, and that corner allows me just to work with the one section at a time, so you can do that too. Same way, take it off, fold it in half, use your scissors, cut it in half, and you are good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it over onto, okay, that's what I didn't want to have happen, so let's deal with that since we had it happen anyway. Alright, so I'm going to very gently pick up the transfer where it's stuck to itself. I'm going to very gently pick that up. not pulling too hard, especially as I go from the diagonal, as I don't want to stretch out the design. Now, if you ever get it where it's really, really stuck to itself, you can always put it in water and that will help it release. I've made so many boo-boos. I know lots of tricks. It's how we learn, right? Okay, so I'm just going to fuzz this up several times. I want this section with the birds. Thank you. I love that tip. Usually I do it off camera and I can take the whole transfer back off and get a nice clean edge and just fold it in half that way. But you can do it in a pinch like I just did this time and it still works. And if you do cut your transfers, if you cut them into like puzzle pieces where it's not a super straight line, it's actually easier to match the edges back up. I'm trying to move it to a few different places on my fuzzing cloth so that it picks up some extra lint. All right, so I think that's going to be good. I don't know, it's still really, really sticky, so let's hope. All right, so I want these birds. That is my main focus. So I'm just going to eyeball the edge over here. Okay. I've got the top of the bird here and the bottom of the bird here. So I'm going to give it a really, really light press. I do not want to press hard with this because of it being on a wooden surface. I just want to give it a light press. Okay, so there we have that. Do want to try to have it down. So I'm going to stick it a little bit to my surface, my work surface. Well, that isn't working. I guess we fuzzed it really well. That's good. Okay, so I have the color Tide, and I've got a little spritz of water in here, so I'm going to take it off to the side, and I'm going to stir, stir, stir. Get that Tide mixed in, get the color redistributed well. It is still really, really thick. It is not the consistency I need it to be. So I'm going to take my spritzer and I'm just going to give it a mist. And I'm going to stir some more. That is much better. So the other color that I'm going to be using is Seafoam. And the Seafoam, it looks like it's going to need some more water too. So let me go ahead and give it a mist. I love our mister. It is such an excellent tool. That ultra fine mist, you get just the right amount in there. If you've got super dry paste like what I had earlier today, you can give it 3 mists to start out with and stir, 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 and you are usually going to be good to go. If it's not perfect, it's going to be really close. All right, that is much better. Okay, so I love these birds. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to be swirling these two colors together, but I want the birds to have more of this Tide color in them. So I'm really going to hit it heavy. And this is wood, so it's going to dry. It's going to soak in, even though I've got the wax and I have a layer of paste on it. It's still going to soak in. This is a super porous surface, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. It's going to take a lot of paste, and that is okay. Let's go ahead and do a little touches of our Tide color over to the side. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a little mist with my water bottle, just really, really gently and not a full trigger. I'm going to take my mini squeegee and I am going to go across it, go up and down. I should be going all the way to the edge. There we go. Pull this off. The excess, I'm just wiping. I have a paint tray next to me, and I'm just taking that excess and I'm going right into the paint tray with it. You can't put it back in the jar because that color is contaminated and it'll change the color of your paste. So let's see. Got a few little spots up here at the top. Over here on the edge, the corner, just pulling it across. Okay, now I really want to get the excess off of here. The reason that I want to get the excess off is so that the color that first hit the design is what you're really going to see, so that it's not just all one color. Now this is a beautiful color, so if it turns out and it's all one color, I love the color, so that's okay. But I'm really hoping for an effect that's a little more marbled. So now I'm going to pull it back. And let's see how we did. Oh, I don't know that you can really tell those birds. Goodness. Okay, you can tell. All right, let's let that dry for a second. Let me move this out of the way. Get it nice and safe off to the side there. I'm going to go ahead and finish up with my colors, my Seafoam and Tide. So let me clean that off real quick while that's drying. Such a pretty color. Hey Melissa, good to see you. My new sister in chalk, my new Chalk-It girl. All right, so now I'm going to actually take the heat tool and I'm going to go over it one more time with the heat tool so that it can dry, and I can show you this a little closer to the camera so that it takes the glare off. So if you're sensitive to noise, go ahead and turn your volume down once again. Like watching the magic of embossing in reverse. From shiny to matte. All right, now you don't have to dry this with a heat tool. You can use a hair dryer or you can just let it air dry. I did the heat tool just because that's what I have handy to me in my craft room, and it speeds up the process. But I really, really love, let me get it at a little bit of an angle there. I really love how the wood grain took some of that paste and pulled it. You can see like over here, it's pulled it in some areas. Over here, it's like pulling it out this way. It really goes well with the effect of the actual transfer. So that turned out fantastic. I am loving it. Love, love, love. I'm so excited for you, Melissa. And for Molly too. Congratulations, Miss Molly. Love it. You girls are going to rock it. All right. So give me some thumbs up if you like it. I'm going to put it on an angle there. Hopefully you'll be able to see it well. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. I know, right? It turned out really good. I just love using found surfaces. Something that's a little bit different. I just love that. So much fun. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Totally, totally fun and messy. So the messy crafter has hit again, and that's okay. That was lots of fun. This is another something that I can put out for spring. I'm getting my spring decor ready to go. I absolutely love it with the birds. I have several different colors of blue birds that are glass or ceramic or different mediums, and I'm going to do a little vignette of the birds, I do believe, and have this as part of it. So I'm excited to do that. It's still a little bit early. I'll probably be doing that end of February, beginning of March, but we'll see. We'll see. We just about had a snow day. I survived the North Texas ice apocalypse that actually didn't happen. It was supposed to be ice today. We expected to have most of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex shut down because of the weather, and it never got below freezing for most of the Metroplex. West of Fort Worth it did, but everything for Dallas and Arlington and Fort Worth pretty much stayed just wet, just rain, drivable, but raining. So we are still in our winter weather as it is, such as it is. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for tonight. I hope you will join me again next week, 6:30 at 6:30 on Wednesday Central Time. I hope you'll be here. I'll be here. We'll be doing another fun project. Who knows what it'll be. I'm waiting on some great new products that just came out of our brand new catalog. I don't think they'll be here by next Wednesday, but wishful thinking. If they happen to get here, we might just do an unboxing or something fun like that. Oh my gosh, your daughter got 5 inches of snow. Wow, Melissa, that's incredible. I haven't talked to my son. He's in West Texas. Well, he's in New Mexico, but right at the border of Texas. And so I'm going to be checking with them to see what snow they had, because the first thing I got this morning when I got up to check the weather was an alert for their area that they were in the midst of a snowstorm as well. So I'm going to be checking with them here after a while. Yeah. Oh, fun. I love snow. If it had snowed today and I would have been able to see pretty snow, I would have loved it. But I didn't want to have any part of driving in it. You know how that is. You know how that is. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. Hope you'll join me next week, 6:30 on Wednesday, 6:30 Central. I'll be here. If you happen to stop in anytime, you can see a Chalkit doing demonstrations any day of the week right here in this Facebook group. Share it with your friends. Make sure to give some likes and hearts out to all of the Chalkits that are here doing a great job for you and trying to give you some inspiration for your projects coming up. Remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and happy crafting.